Welcome in, Cowboys Nation, to Cowboy Game Day Live, brought to you by Texas Card House, live here at Kanvas Sports and Social, where the Cowboys get the victory, 34-26. Ladies and gentlemen, it was 3-3.
Yeah.
Just 30 football minutes ago.
Wow.
With what may be the wildest last 3 minutes of the season, which is hard to top what happened in Landover a few weeks ago with the Bears in Washington, but I think the Cowboys absolutely topped it. Jesse, Holley, Skywalker still. I don't know how to feel.
Listen, we finally got some excitement, though.
Yes. Forget the tank thing real quick. Just the emotions up and down through the last 3 minutes was, I was pissed because you did this, and then I was happy because you did that, and then I'm pissed because you did this, and what the hell, man?
So many coaching blunders, so many player blunders. I mean, it was drunk is the best word that you can use.
This game was drunk off of that Henny.
Yeah, that hen dog.
Somebody put some THC in there, drop some gummies.
That Reposado, that Don Julio, that 1942. This game was an absolute drunken mess.
Can you call it just like the most sloppiest classic that you've seen?
Yeah. I mean, yes. And you know, normally, in a normal year or normal circumstances, when it comes to division games, and you and I have been working together for long enough, I usually throw everything out the window. Right. I usually go, you know what? Division game, these teams play twice a year, every year, you know, anything can happen. But the way that the Cowboys season has been going the last, 5 or 6 weeks, you just thought to yourself, well, you know, Washington's been playing some good football, coming off a 10-day bye. The Cowboys, no Zach Martin, no Tyler Smith, no Jake Ferguson, no Trayvon Diggs, no Brandon Cooks. And you just thought to yourself, man, this is going to be another loss in the books, and we'll march on towards draft season. But 3-3 at halftime, we started saying, like, well, defense is playing well. They gave the offense a chance.
They gave him a chance.
And then things just took a wild, drunken turn. Let's
talk about that.
Okay.
I want to talk about how we got from 3-3 to 34. Can't make this up. So the Cowboys drive down and kick a field goal. Oh, by the way, they come out. The Washington football people scored a touchdown. Yeah. Okay. Then the Cowboys answer it.
He scored, but he missed the extra point.
Because that is key.
That's key.
That's very key in this. They missed the extra point. We're like, I even said, well, that might be game because the Cowboys can't score a touchdown. Well, little did I know. Right. They were going to score like 5. And the Cowboys answer. Okay, now they're up 10-9. Dallas gets a stop. They get the ball back, kick a field goal, and go up 13-9. Then the Washington football people in the very next play fumble. Yeah. Dallas picks it up, scores a wide open touchdown to Luke Schoonmaker,
of all people.
And we're thinking here, I believe that was let me just make sure I got that right. Let me make sure that was a Luke Schoonmaker touchdown. Yes, the Luke Schoonmaker touchdown. And we're thinking, oh, this ball game, there's about 6 minutes left. It's 20-9. But wait, there's more. The Washington football people, Jaden Daniels just drive down the field, bink, 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 2017. It's not over, folks.
No.
It's a ball game until the Cowboys go 6 plays. I'm sorry, not 6 plays. Till the Cowboys go 3 plays. I'm sorry, not 3 plays. No. They kick the ball off to Kavontae Turpin, who fumbles it, puts a Euro Uni Spinnerooski. Crazy play. Takes it to the crib. Game's over now, Jesse, right? 27-17. There's no way they can go and come back and score. Well, nope. They get the ball back. That is the Washington football people, and they say, we're going to play the field goal game. They get in field goal range. They kick a field goal, 6 plays, 1 minute and 9 seconds, 27-20. And here's where we disagree. Here's where we disagree with Dan Quinn.
Right.
We thought they should have kicked it deep.
Correct.
Having 2 timeouts, making the Cowboys get a first down, get good field position. They go for the onside kick.
Which, by the way, the onside kick, it
doesn't work.
It is a less than 5% chance that you recover an onside kick. The only team that has given up 2 in the last 20 years in one season this year has been the Baltimore Ravens.
So they
it's almost an impossible.
It made no
thing
sense.
now.
Here's why it made no sense. Because if you do get a stop, you don't get the onside kick, and you get the stop, well, now they make you have to go 97 yards.
At least 80, right?
Or 87 yards.
Because if they kick it out the back of the end zone, you get the ball at the 20.
Right.
So at least 80.
Well,
you got to go 80 yards.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I know.
They made them, they stopped them, and they lost yards.
Yeah.
And now you're like, well, brother, there's 33 seconds left. There's no way.
Yeah.
The game's over. 20. Scary Terry gets loose.
Who has done really nothing all game long.
All game. And goes 86 yards.
To the house.
To the crib. The crowd's going crazy. Oh, our jaws are on the floor here.
Look, I was sitting there watching. You were walking away like, let me go tell them to turn the music down.
Turn the music down. Post-game shows happening.
And all of a sudden.
Turn around. You're like, yo.
Touchdown.
Scary Terry goes 86. And we're like 26-27. I said, well, they got to make the field goal, Jesse. I would go for 2.
Yep.
I'm not, and here's why I would have went for 2. I'm not wasting that opportunity.
Yep.
You weren't supposed to be here.
Correct.
Game's over, really. And now have a chance with the best running quarterback in the National Football League right now to score a 2-point conversion, which you ran one of those read options, and the ball game's over.
Yep.
They kicked the field goal. As soon as they hiked it and my man had to snuff it up off the ground, I said, he might miss this. He misses the field goal. Yeah. Game's over, right?
Well.
No!
Well.
They kicked the onside kick. Y.A. Thomas gets the chance to go for a touchdown.
Get down, Wanya. Get down.
Y.A.
Nanya said, nah.
Y.A. said, what?
Nah.
I ain't scored a touchdown in the pros yet. Y.A. scored a touchdown. All you see is McCarthy and Bones on the sideline like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because no matter what happens, they get a chance. So I looked at you, I said, Dallas should just go for 2 right now.
Yeah.
Just go for 2.
Why not?
Because if you go for 2, game's over. They kicked the extra point. So you're telling me Washington has a chance.
Yep.
They get in Hail Mary range. They're 10 yards short on the Hail Mary. Game, set, match. Dallas wins
gets the interception
with
in
the pick, 34-27. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just a roller coaster of emotions.
24 points scored in the fourth quarter by the Cowboys.
17 by the Washington football people.
Yeah.
And really, in a matter of like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Just an unbelievable finish, really. The game sucked up until the last 8 minutes of the game. It was a terrible game. I'm going to be honest with you. Do the Cowboys win? Does it do anything for them in regards to draft? Absolutely not. But as a player in that locker room where they're not tanking, did they need that? 100%.
Yeah, I do many shows throughout the week. Some of my shows, I got Jeff Kavanaugh, who's Captain Tank, and I got other people who are like, yo, tank for the draft pick. I'm like, I don't care what none of y'all are talking about. Those who have been in the arena, those who have been in the foxhole, I don't care. I want to win. Yeah. Now, I have to sit here objectively and call, a game week in and week out. I'm not in the locker room anymore. But when I was in the locker room, there was no tanking in us. You don't want to go. I don't put that much work in.
Those words don't exist in
I don't put that much work in the offseason and training camp throughout the season. I'm hurt, I'm battered, I'm bruised. To go out there and go, yeah, let's lose this game. S no. Like H no. I want to win. I want to win this game, and I promise you, there is a jubilation. Whether your record is 3 and whatever, 16 and 0, when they get on that plane ride home, it is a feeling that is you cannot duplicate it anywhere else, and that's a good feeling. And who knows what that may mean for them going forward. Sometimes you just need to see the ball go in the basket. Sometimes, these guys don't care about a draft pick.
No,
that's not because guess what? Draft picks means I'm fighting for my job even harder now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I'm a guy who's on the bubble and they go get a first round pick and is at my position or my position group, well, damn it, I might lose my job. So I don't really care about draft picks. All I care about now was going out here being able to get a win, and they did it when, let's be honest, I mean, they lost 5 games in a row. None of us had us winning this game. And it's not like, and I know they'll do it, and I won't knock them for doing it, but they'll come out and they'll go, none of y'all believe, and it's just us. And I go, cool, fine. You're by all means, have that moment.
What were we supposed to believe?
What we were supposed to believe. But man, kudos to the Cowboys, man. I mean, we can give game balls to a lot of different groups, individuals, but you know, that defense gave you a chance today to whatever the drunkenness was at the end of the game. The defense gave you a chance today, and I said to you, I don't know what quarter it was, I said, man, you know what? This feels like the Cowboys have found the formula that they used in 2022 with Cooper Rush. It was like defense played really solid for us. Give us a chance.
Ran the ball
decent. I mean, he had over
Rico had 86 yards and 19 carries. So I mean, you'll take that.
You'll take that. You'll take that in a game like this. You know, Cooper Rush didn't throw any interception.
4.5 yards a carry. Yeah, man.
Didn't turn the ball over.
I
think he was sacked
efficient.
one time.
1 sack.
So I mean, that formula worked for the Cowboys, and it put you in a position at the end of the game. Now, again, how the game ended is how the game ended. But you went to this game, you know, if you had won 10-9, that's all that matters. You did enough, and so I give a game ball to that defense and Mike Zim, like you said at halftime. They found a way. They found a way where we thought that they didn't have a way. We thought that Washington was going to flat out,
especially when they came out and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
I was like, well, here we go, third quarter. And then they responded with the first third quarter touchdown of the year. And as we switch over to the other side of the ball, you know, the defense 100%. But the offense, again, it was 13 points with 8 minutes or 6 minutes left. So it wasn't like they did a whole lot. But the one thing that they couldn't do was turn the ball over and give them a chance to get extra possessions. Now, block kick, that's special teams, right? And they didn't do that. Coop was extremely efficient. This was the most efficient game from the position since Dak did it in New York, where that game 81%, I think, completion, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Very similar here, right?
Yeah.
24 for 32, 247, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Didn't put the ball in harm's way. Even on the pick that got called back, that was because it was a illegal, whatever it was, pass interference or something like that. So it was just a very efficient game. Throwing the rock from Coop, took care of the ball, just play within himself. We kept saying, just play within yourself, right? Hey, man, the defense is allowing you to stay in this. Don't do anything crazy. Rico, 19 carries, 86 yards, 4.5 per pop. Nobody else really did anything on the ground, didn't need to. You don't want to see 67 yards on 10 receptions for CD, but again, just whatever. Just make sure
that was the name of the game. The name of the game was, listen, we don't have a strong offensive line, and the more we go 5 and 7 step drops, the better chances, the more likely of us getting sacked or something of that nature. So the name of the game was long handoffs. Get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
Get it to the flats. Get it to the guys right now, and allow them to matriculate the ball down the football field. And then when we got a chance to take a shot, take a shot. But for the most part, get the ball out of your hands quick. Let's not get holding penalties. Let's not get sacked. Let's not start behind the chains every time we went out there. I think they did a good job. I'll go back and watch it over tonight, but they did a pretty good job with staying ahead of the chains and not finding themselves, in those long. I mean, after the penalties.
The penalties and the weird the snaps and stuff kind of caught them.
But for the most part, it was positive yards on first down,
especially early.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do. As long as I can stay ahead of the sticks, then I give myself the ability and the option to call anything in the playbook. It's when I get behind and now I'm 2nd and 10, and I'm 3rd and 9. When I find myself in a lot of those situations, the percentages say that we're bound to miss. We're bound to find ourselves with sacks or penalties or some sort like that. So they stay ahead of the 6. They give themselves a chance. It didn't always end the way that you wanted it, but they weren't shooting themselves in the foot and giving this Washington Commanders team the field position that they wanted, so that they can go down there and make plays.
Aside from the special teams did that.
That was
the special teams did that with missed field goal, blocked field goal.
I'm talking about offensively.
Offensively, it was a very clean game.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the illegal formation and a holding they got on Guyton, I think, were questionable. The holding was not quite. It was just a bad call. legal formation, you can argue with that situation. And they were doing something with Guyton and Austin Richards, which I don't know.
I don't like it.
I don't know what's going on with that. But
I don't like it.
It felt like the O-line played a clean game. I mean, again, we'll go back. Watching broadcast view, you're kind of in the motions of things. But, again, 1 sack on Cooper, and I don't even know that was a real sack when you think about it. That was at the end when he was running around.
Yep.
So, within the real part of the game, they didn't sack him. Granted, get the ball out and things like that. But you think last week they weren't trying to do that? They were trying to do that too, and they got whooped in the second half. So the offensive line bounced back. Can't wait to go see how they played in that instance. And then the defense, like we talked about, just, man, Josh Butler had 12. He led your team in 12 tackles. You don't want to see a corner do that.
No. You know what it says to me? Hey, number 7.
He tackled it.
Hey, number 7. I know if you sit at home and you watch this game, look at
12 tackles.
Find that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Find that willingness. And again, yes, you don't want your 10 solo tackles. Find that enthusiasm. Don't turn down tackles. Go and make tackles. Go and be physical. Like you saw a kid get an opportunity. We talked about auditions, right? Yeah. People are out here auditioning for jobs. Wanye's auditioning for a job. Josh Butler's auditioning for a job. Everybody's
that's not.
That's right. Those guys. If you're not the guys who Jerry handles, you're auditioning. Josh Butler went out there today and said, you know what? If nothing else, when they pop on the film, they're going to see me giving maximum effort. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be in there giving maximum effort. And even when I mess up, I'm going to mess up going 100 miles an hour. Now, you can go back between him and Donovan Wilson about who had containment on the touchdown to Jaden Daniels.
And then the throw to McLaurin at the end.
McLaurin at the end between he and
whoever.
And Jordan Lewis. But take notice. Take notice to a guy who came out there and played with some enthusiasm, some heart, some willingness to do whatever it is I needed to do to help us win this football game.
You think about this. You kind of took yourself out of this type of game this week. Like, can you imagine you just at the crib and you're not a part of this because you elected to not be, not because you can't go,
right? Because
you elected not to be a part of this, man. So I don't know if he's there. I don't know if you saw him or whatnot. I don't know if he's at home, wherever he is, but
they say he didn't travel.
Okay, so I was going to say, so you can't even celebrate with us on this plane.
Correct.
Right? You can't even, right? You wasn't a part of this because you didn't want to be that. Right. You know what I mean? And this guy goes in there and gives it maximum effort and makes some big plays in this game, man. You got to love to see it. Good for Josh Butler. Eric Kendrick, 2nd on the team in tackles. Micah Parsons, 8th on the team in tackles, had 2 sacks in this game. Are y'all going to be okay with Micah this week? I mean, good Lord. Fans are so flippy-floppy. Micah comes back for the first game, gets 2 sacks. All right, we go, Micah. The next game doesn't get a sack and 10 pressures. You suck. You didn't get sacks. This week he gets 8 tackles, 2 sacks. I got to stop, man. I got to stop this, man. This guy is a great freaking player that you should want on this team to build around. Relax, okay? Relax. Jordan Lewis, 4th on the team with 6 tackles. No PBUs in this game. I think just 1, but I thought he played physical Jordan Lewis
football.
Brand of football. And then, again, I want to give another shout-out to Demo. He was all over the field with a sack, tackle for loss, and a bunch of pressures. Again, I felt like until the end of the game, it was hard to look at anybody on that defense and be like, man, you aren't having one. Chauncey Golston, Osa Digizua, everybody seemed to have one of those games where we talked about they're going to run to the wall organically.
Right.
Players, unless you're Trayvon did, but organically you're going to run to the wall. It felt like they was trying to run through it for Mike Zimmer today.
No, it did. It did, and it was good to see. It was good to see those guys going out there, and maybe that's that mixture, combination of young guys who are looking for the opportunities and looking for a chance to prove themselves or show themselves worthy of the playing time. You know what I mean? You get enough of those guys around there, then you have good things happen to you. It's when you sprinkle in those guys who are entitled a little bit. And I think this defense today, man, they showed up for their coach. They showed up and said, hey, we're going to do our very best to go out there and be efficient and to be effective. Yeah.
Well, we're going to try to do our best to fight through this here and get to our unbelievable. And get to our river brought to you by Texas Card House, ladies and gentlemen. The premier location for the premier poker experience, Texas Card House. Enjoy the thrill of the game that meets the excitement of the community. So, Jesse, let's go ahead and give our final thoughts here at the River in a game where the Cowboys not only showed some fight, but they threw a bunch of haymakers to try to get the knockout blow for the victory, and that's exactly what they did.
I think you hit it right on the head, man. You know, the one thing that you always want to see is a team fight, right? You want to see your team go out there and just leave it all on the line, right? Squeeze all the juice out of it. At the end of the day, you want to be able to go home and say, you know what, win, lose, or draw, I left everything out there on the football field. And I felt like what we watched today, it felt like this football team, especially defensively, and we got on Micah last week, and myself included, and when Micah said we got a darn good football team. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I buy that completely offensively. I think today, last week and today, and even weeks leading up to this, you see this defense be coming and fighting and showing themselves to be worthy of the opportunity to win football games. And so, you know, kudos to those guys, kudos to Micah and that defense for going out there today and making plays. And you know what? Shout out to Kavontae Turpin. The smallest dude on your team has had the biggest plays in the last 2 weeks. He had the slant last week for a touchdown, and then today, what looked to be a disastrous play turned out to be one of what'll probably go down. It was very Deshaun Jackson Giants. It turned out to be it'll probably end up being one of the great plays of this season. When you look at it, thinking about catching the kickoff, fumbling it, doing a pirouette spin, and taking it to the house. So congrats to those guys, man. Congrats to the Cowboys on victory number 4.
My final thoughts, man. While, like I said at the start of this, while they may have messed up a chance for whatever pick, whatever, I truly believe those guys in that locker room needed this. I know fans don't view the players as humans. They don't even care about the players in reality. Yeah. It's just about what we as fans want. We want the number 1 pick. We want to take. We want to suck. But when you take off the selfish part of being a fan and kind of put your human hat on, I feel so good for those guys in that locker room. If you played any team sport, losing streaks suck. That you think it sucks for you as a fan? Right. You ain't got nothing invested as much as those dudes do. I don't care what you say. I buy a jersey. I go to the game. They literally put blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. They literally do that. So you will never care more or put in more than they do. You may care more, right, when you say, well, I'll show up and watch the game. Most of these guys are literally showing up through a shitty season and playing through terrible injuries to try to win. So I feel so good for those guys. And for right now, I'm not with you dudes who want to lose all the games. I feel good for the players going out there and getting this in. That plane ride, you know they're going to feel good about that, man.
Now's a good time to go to the club tonight. You can go to the club tonight. You can go to the club tonight. You can shoot videos. You can pop bottles. You can do whatever you want. When you win, as we always say on our show, right? When you win, you can do what you want.
There you go.
You can talk all the trash you want. You can have all that. You can have all the energy you want.
If Washington football people were here and they won, we let them do the thing.
We let them talk.
But not today.
Not today.
Not today. So
my man got Daryl Green jersey on. Sorry, buddy.
He can't. You should have saw him up and down, the same way we was, though. So I ain't gonna talk about it. The same way we were. But yeah, man, that'll do it. We'll get up out here. You'll see everybody on all 17 of your shows this week.
Yeah, man, you can find me everywhere. DLLS Monday through Friday. Hanging with the boys Monday through Friday. Unfiltered with Jesse Holley Tuesdays and Thursdays. Believe in the Cowboys Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'll be right back here with my boy Scott next week, man, for the pre-halftime post-game show.
I see y'all tomorrow. I wasn't going to do a cookout when it was like 27-17. I'm going to think about it.
Okay.
The way that thing finished, it might not be a cookout, but maybe play some spades. I'm going to invite a few people over.
Right.
We'll play some spades, you know, but we ain't going to throw a whole party for this thing. You know what I mean? So we'll see what's happening. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 8:30. This is worthy. This is worthy. It's been a long
time. I've been doing push-ups and curls. Hold up. It's been a while. Look,
let me let you go ahead.
When they say sun's out, guns out, this is what they mean.
Dang, I forgot we even did that.
Hey.